Hello, hello, brothers and sisters, boys and girls. I am back. My main channel, Jacob of Ephraim, has got a second strike, which is extremely frustrating on a particular video that I shared called Move Bitch Get Out of the Way, which had to do about the Queen dying, and they said that it went against the WHO, which is funny because it had nothing to do with the WHO or anything related to medical anything. But anyways, please make sure you follow my Rumble channel, which is Jacob of Ephraim, where I have all my uncensored content. So you can follow not just get your solar weather, but also the unmasking of things going on that YouTube does not want you to talk about. So please make sure you go over and follow it. But we're going to get right into it. I hope everyone is doing well. I'm doing well. I've been pretty busy and preoccupied, but we're going to start off with our star. We're over here at Solarham, and as we can see earlier today, we actually did get ourselves a C flare. It was nothing major, nothing coming towards us at this time. However, we are coming out of an event mode. We did receive some solar winds, as you can see here. We did get into a KB index of level 5. Now, this is planetary. This is not a local. This is planetary. To get more local, we would go over here. Here you got Boulder, Colorado. Look at Fredericksburg, Germany. This has been off the charts, folks. Okay, this here, again, estimated planetary. This here is College Station, which is in Texas, and we had a KP index of 7. If we scroll on down here, we can actually see to the hundredths of where it was at. Look at these guys. These guys are literally at 210, just completely off the charts, which is just completely mind-boggling. It's like, what's going on over in Germany? They've really been getting hammered with stuff. It's really, it's not fun, in my opinion. I'm kind of concerned about Germany over there. There has been a lot going on in the sun, although it's technically at low levels as far as concerns for us. But there has been a lot of activity. I will be showing you guys some of that stuff here in a little bit. As you can see, we had a large filament erupting off the top, which I will show you guys. And we did have a filament eruption somewhat earth-facing, but it actually goes off to the side. It's not coming directly at us. And taking a look at our real-time solar wind, we can see that we were going in and out of event mode once we get down below -6 for the BZ. And the BT is above +6. That means that the magnetic field has opened and we are getting some stuff in. And as you can see from the arrival of the solar winds, we got down, looks like, to about a -11, which is pretty high. And then we were kind of slowly bouncing back out of it and starting to recover. So that's good. Now jumping over to spaceweather.com, we are looking at a pink aurora. How many of us have actually seen that? I have not. Now this is actually from yesterday. It shows right here we had an explosion of pink auroras from a gentleman who's been doing 10 years and done over 1,000 tours, and first time he's ever seen a pink aurora in Norway, which is pretty impressive. I'm not going to lie. I've never seen pink. I've seen green, yellow, red, and a little hints of blue, but pink, that's pretty interesting. There is continuing geomagnetic unrest of the Earth's magnetic field, which we know the north and south magnetic poles are on the move. Now, as we move on to today's date at spaceweather.com, we do see that we have a chance of storms today from November 4th and 5th as we continue passing through the stream of fast-moving solar winds from the coronal hole. We also have some more beautiful aurora going on, so if you happen to be a aurora watcher and you happen to be in the north or southern hemisphere, you should definitely be trying to get out. One of the things I do like to keep an eye on, folks, is I come down here and I do keep an eye on our asteroids. This right here is Earth, and as you can see, all of these are asteroids that are coming around. It actually gives you lets you know the different colors and stuff and what they mean. But I did come down here, and I've been noticing some things. We're starting to see some upticks of some pretty decent size. This is in meters. We got 47 meter across, and it's 4.5 times the distance from us to the moon. And it's moving at 9.4 kilometers per second, which is, you know, pretty. I mean, it's pretty slow, to be honest with you, but it's far enough away that I don't concern myself with those. The ones that I get concerned with are the ones that are like 1.7, you know, actually 3 or less, but it's only 7 meters. It'll actually burn up in the atmosphere, so that's not really much of a concern. But as we scroll on down here, it's a different story. Looking over here on the 23rd, we got one that's about 3 lunar distance. It's moving at 13.5 kilometers per second, and it's 168 meters around. That's big. And that one concerns me. We've got another one down here, 1.8 on the 15th of December, 1.8 lunar distances, moving pretty slow, and it's 84 meters around. This one here, 4.6, 153 meters, and this one's 68 meters. So there's quite a few things we got to keep our eyes out for to see what's going on, but I am always watching. As we come over to spaceweatherlive.com, we can see two very large umbra of coronal holes that are actually, or excuse me, coronal holes, sunspot groups, I apologize. We've got one decent one here. It doesn't really seem like a whole lot of friends, but we'll take a look at that here on the magnetogram. And we've got another large one here. And actually, if you look right over here, it looks like there's another really big one right here. So you're going to have two huge sunspot groups, or umbra, right next to each other. But let's check out the polarity if we got positive and negative, because if that be the case, whoa! Okay, game changer, folks. We are over here taking a look at this, and we are looking at the HMIBC. And as we zoom in, we can see that that one large one here, well, it's got a large friend right accompanying with it. So we've got our positive and our negative, a lot of positive and negative interactions in the middle here. And as we come down here, this is a whoa! We've got our positive, our negative, and then a negative and a big positive over here. We can't even fully see this thing yet, and that's coming around the mountain. And she's going to be facing us. We've got another one right here, another positive with a negative kind of holding on the side over here. And if this thing starts to develop more, that'll be facing us, can cause some serious issues as well. We are going to have to keep our eyes on the sun. Coming over to the European Space Agency, we're looking at their Euphoria model, which is similar to NASA's Enlil model. Enlil being the Anunnaki god of this realm, wannabe god. So anyways, we are looking here. You can see this right here is where we were having our event, and we were taking on some plasma. And as you can see right here, it's from the solar winds. That's what these little ribbons right here is. We got the solar winds, and as it goes around, you can see the eruptions right here. You can see all the coronal mass ejections and the directions that they go. So we're actually being pretty fortunate. We're not having any major coronal mass ejections or anything coming our way. We get little wakes, but then we have another coronal hole. This guy right here, you can see it coming out from solar winds, and it is going to be coming around and smacking us, and that's what's going to be hitting us here on the 10th. Unless we happen to have any coronal mass ejections that happen ahead of time, which they can blend, and yeah, that could be really intense. And we're looking at about 37 centimeters cubed of plasma from that. Now to get to the meat and potatoes of it, we are over here at ISWA, and right here we're looking at the SDO at 304 angstroms of light, and we are going to zoom in here just a little bit for us. Got a little something to show y'all, a little something something. So check this out. As we're going around, let me bring this down just a bit. Keep your eyes up here. We had a large eruption happen on the back side of the sun. Keep your eyes right up there on the top left, and you'll see this huge prominence just lift off. I mean, look at that nasty beast. Some of it did escape, but that is not going to affect us in any way. Now that that one's released, keep your eyes on this ribbon down here. We actually had a prominence liftoff, or a coronal mass ejection, with no flare. Watch this. See, no flare, and it just come right off. Now you guys see how that whipped around? It actually came off and it kind of whipped around this way. So that right there tells me it's not really going to come in our direction. We might get a little bit of blending in with some of the solar winds, but I don't think much of it's going to be affecting us at all. So we should be good with that. Now, just to reiterate on that, I went ahead and I pulled up the GOES 16, and we will zoom in on this and we'll take another little glance of it just to be sure. And as we look on the GOES 16304, same one, top left, we'll see a huge, actually let me bring it down here so you can really see it. See this huge eruption prominence. This is a little more detailed so we can see it a lot better. I mean, look at the size of that. Woo! A lot of it did get recaptured, but not all of it. Some of it did fling off. And then, watching the bottom left, we can see this eruption kind of, once again, flinging up and not coming towards us. We're right about in here. So we should be fine with that. Now to get a little bit more into it, we'll take a look over here at LASCO C2 and then this LASCO C3. We're going to start off right here on LASCO C2, zoom on in, let's see what we got going on here. And as we start going, as you can see, I've actually got it to 11.2. Now you guys see how this is like changing? If you look here, there's a line right here. From here over changes, but here it stays the same. See that? Yeah, we have a Borg cube that's actually bending the light so that we can't see what's going on from here over. But this is what they're allowing to change. So why is that? There, and then, oop, it stays the same. I don't know. Oh, look, we got a little UFO right here. There's a little entrail behind them. There's a little fla-la-la-la. Coming out on the back side, we've got a couple other Borg cubes. We can see the eruptions. Ooh, look at this. Some kind of a battle here going on. As we scoot on. Oh, look, we got a little UFO. Looks like he's got some wings on him. Yep, looks like he's got a little wing there and wing there. For those of you who are new, welcome to the reality. For those of you who are not, well, you know all about it. See, look at this. We got another one here. He got his wings and his tail. They're all over. And this is actually what got doing solar weather forecasting is what made me start seeing them. I was like, whoa, got another one here. He's going this way, and his trail is coming out behind him. Here's another one with a little trail, coming out behind him. And for those of you, I have shown comets, what a comet looks like when it's actually going towards the sun. And these are not comets. They're not meteors. They're not space dust. These are 12 minutes apart, and yet you can see a comet coming from off screen, traveling very fast, and you can see them taking their time getting to the sun. So whatever these things are moving at hypersonic speeds. Oh, looks like we got a little Borg cube right here. See that action? Right here. See that? Yeah. We've got a couple others, actually. Let's see where he's at. It'll be on the left side. There's one on the left and one on the right. How far out I am. Whew. Look at that. Got another little craft right there. Got another one there. Ooh, look at this. Signature trail. Got a chronomass ejection. Oh, here we go. There's Borg cube right there. And you can see he's bending light. It's dark here and the light here. He's bending the light right there. So there's something there. Now, if you look over here, it stays the same, but on this side, it changes. See that? So you got these two stars here that are the same. They're there, and they stay there when the Borg cube shows up, and then boop, then it changes. We got another signature trail all over the place, but once again, just observing, I'm not seeing any chronomass ejections coming our way. Taking a quick look at Lasco C3. This right here is Venus, and this right here is Mercury, and of course this right here is the Sun and the occulter disk. But check this out. We got another Borg cube. So from here over stays the same, and this section here changes. The Borg cube is right here. It goes around them like that. See how it changes on the right but doesn't on the left? Yep, they're actually bending the light and blending it in so you can't see it. Borg cubes are everywhere. The Star Trek was right on cue. Whoa, what happened here? That's interesting. In fact, look at this. It stays the same. Nothing moves. The whole screen is blank. There was something there they didn't want us to see. I wonder what that could have been. I'm not seeing anything major. Again, with the chronomass ejections, nothing's coming at us. Whoa, it looks like we had got a little friend there. Looks like we had a little blur out right here. See this line? There's another blur out. But the whole thing changed, but something blurred right here. They did something here. I'm not sure what it was. Nothing major I'm seeing coming. Otherwise, we would have what's called a halo effect. The halo goes around the whole thing. You'd see it come out from the whole thing. It'd be coming straight at us. Looking here, we are over at spaceweather.gmu.edu, which is we're looking at stereo head chronograph 2 Secchi. And as we can see, for those of you who are not new, we've got our UFOs. There's 2, 2, and 2. We've got all kinds of clusters here, here, and here. This right here being Mercury, and here's another group here, the front two. So the other ones are over here. And we have a lot of activity with these guys. Woo! Lots of fun stuff with those. But they're all over here. This is actually from the 28th. And we're actually going to kind of move on from that. But even though we can see them, we're going to move on and check some other stuff out. We're over here at the Italian model for the Schumann resonance today. And as we can see, this right here is our electromagnetic field. And this right here is our Schumann. And we do have activity. So the magnetic field is changing. This right here is usually indicative of lightning. But when you see this solid brick wall that goes up like this, that's indicative of CERN. That is CERN activating. This right here is indicative of lightning. Solid brick wall is CERN. So they've been doing something over there. So as always, keep your eyes open, no fear, and remember that love is the only way forward. Solo Wolf out.